Those 22 players are going to have to dig deep this evening into the full resources of their abilities and experience, because this is going to be a very, very energy sapping and full-on evening. The officials as well will need to be absolutely on it, as well as all the players. Let's have a look at the starting lineups. Arsenal's
Ryan, 4-2-3-1.
makes 5 changes.
Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, and White.
The 5 to come in.
Lewis Kelly and Rice. What? Trossard is the starter. And Jokeris.
And club captain Martin Odegaard.
Okay, Zabalaga, Seth, Musquera, Caprica, Jesus Martinelli, etc.
Has recovered from injury and is named amongst the substitutes.
Okay.
The 2 captains come together. In Odegaard's absence, it's Saka for Arsenal and Koke for Atleti. Our referee is from Germany. Daniel Seaburn taking charge. Jan Seidel and Raphael Fulton, his assistants. The 4th is Tobias Steeler and the VAR Bastian Danker.
Okay, Oblak.
5 changes for Arsenal. In contrast, Atleti got Diego Simeone.
Ruggieri, Hanko,
Leonard,
Lukman, Koke, Laurenti, Alvarez, and Griezmann.
Out goes Johnny Cardoso.
Musso, Griezmann, Mendoza, Cardoso, Torres, Alex Ben,
right back where he started the first game. Andy Townsend, it's a great big shout. It's a great vote of confidence for Lewis Skelly to take that defensive midfield role. We know he can do it. It's a big shout to leave out Odegaard.
It is. It's a big shout to leave Martin Odegaard out. And Zubimendi, who's played pretty much every game all season. So Miles Lewis Skelly gets the nod in there. Ebieze has produced some real quality when it's mattered for Arsenal in recent weeks, and he's got to try and do it again this evening. But yeah, huge responsibility on young Miles Lewis Skelly in a slightly unfamiliar position.
So the clock towering over the top of the 60,000 inside the stadium. Opposition fans used to come here and used to say it was the Islington Library, the Finsbury Park reading room. Not anymore, certainly not tonight.
Has produced some real quality when it's mattered for Arsenal in recent weeks, and he's got to try and do it again this evening. But yeah, huge responsibility on young Miles Lewis Skelly in a slightly unfamiliar position.
Saka for Arsenal, who is fully fit again and found some form again, particularly in the weekend in Arsenal's victory in the Premier League over Fulham here. Here's Ademola Lookman. How important are these first 5 minutes for both?
Very. I think in any big game, you always want to get up on the front foot, you want to try and be the first team to start making ground and making inroads and creating a chance or two. He's there, just concentration. He knows how important it is for his team to really start positively. They were very good against Fulham here at the weekend. They've got to try and start in similar fashion.
Here is Saliba. Saka was caught. The free kick will go the way of Arsenal. Okay, just stepping across Saka,
just catching him a little bit late. No surprises. Saka already, but he didn't call up. He's on the half turn, looking forward.
Here's Gabriel for Rice. Goal apiece in the first leg. There could be another goal. Remember, Atleti hit the bar through Griezmann. Arsenal thought they'd got another penalty when Eze went down. It was overturned, much to Mikel Arteta's annoyance.
Okay. Rice. Saliba.
Very much a back 5 without the ball. Simeone back in that right wing back position, but almost a flat 5 when they don't have it. sharing down the left side. So Arsenal are going to have to try and find ways to tease that back line, bring it out, find a gap or two between them.
And it was so interesting. It's one of the big features of the first leg that Atleti switched 2 of 5 at half time, bringing on Le Normand, taking off on that occasion Giuliano Simeone, and they were much improved for it.
Much better. You can see Llorente there, shocker blonde there in the middle of the park alongside Koke. Griezmann slightly to the right of him. Ademola Lookman out here on the left. Julian Alvarez down the middle. They're not going to come out. They're going to sit and flank up and make life really tough for Arsenal to penetrate.
Declan Rice with a long and probing ball toward Trossard, whose little glance of a header is chased enthusiastically by Ricardo Calafiori. The ball actually hit the corner flag, and it will be a throw in to Atleti right in front of their fans, and they are adding considerably to the atmosphere of the evening, as you would expect. Talk about drawing on experience. No one can draw on more experience than him.
He's been around an awful long time. I'm not sure this particular Atleti team is one of his strongest in fairness, but the second leg are very much involved in the game of the Champions League semi-finals, so they can't be doing a long one.
Koke with the forward
Julia.
Saliba. Griezmann's header. Griezmann has started out on the right-hand side.
ማንም ይዝበጅ ስንይዘው
alongside Julian Alvarez at the moment.
ሰውዬ ሰው በጀተስ ደንቆሮ ማዩ እንዴ ጫወታ ሳይጨምር ቢጫ ነው እንዴ?
Gabriel. Trossard drifting infield. Luis Skelly for Saliba. Declan Rice.
Yeah, so far, they're coming through, just sending Arsenal players backwards or across the field into safer areas, and that's your job done early on in a game. You don't want anybody run beyond you with the ball. You can do that. It's a job well done.
This is Trossard.
Keep up there for the tapping wire. Really narrow gap. Hit the target.
Rice. Saka. Is in this central position. Can of course play wide, play in a midfield 3 or in this 10, which is where he is tonight. Griezmann. Places that Griezmann kicked the ball away after the rest of them got.
Yeah, which he did. He felt he got the ball actually of Ebieze there. Might have just clipped the back of his heels. Just towed the ball away. Apologises very quickly. Gets away with it.
Arsenal's free kick played wide to Leandro Trossard. Both the centre halves are inside the Athletic penalty area as Rice in the middle. The line is there. They're claiming a foul on Calafiori.
Both central midfielders, Rice and Koke, looking to get on the ball between the two centre halves so as the other defenders can push forward and high and wide, provide more options.
Griezmann. It's an interesting ball for Simeone. Simeone into the area, and Alvarez was arriving.
Alvarez.
Got it, but that was was a nicely crafted little counter.
Certainly was. Yeah, picked up that second ball. It's Griezmann releasing Simeone there. Now, Alvarez coming right towards the penalty spot.
ለትንሽ
Against Saliba just stepping across and doing up. That's that little bit of contact between Calafiore and Llorente moments ago. It was always sailing into Oblak's hands anyway, but it's amazing how much of that goes on in matches now and the players getting away with it. One of these days, he's going to get pulled up on it.
The challenge on Saka.
Saliba, Rice,
Gabriel. Delivery nicely onto the chest of White. Eze away from Llorente into Calafiore.
In front of him, I don't think enough, Steve, there, but lovely little ping from the goalkeeper out to the right side. Then some nice interplay with Saka and Eze. Now go one more to Trossard. I don't really think that shot is on. I think once Pugel comes out to front him up there, I think his angle is always going to be limited there, Calafiore.
haram football. Haram football.
David Wright for Arsenal, approaching the 10-minute mark. A good pace about the game. Arsenal have the majority of the ball. Lewis Skelly. It's a foul by Lewis Skelly on Marcus Llorente.
ቀይ ይበላል ሉዊስ ስኬሊ ጠብቁ።
Good play that from Llorente there. That's sometimes when you're playing in that sort of position, which is different to what he's been accustomed to. Most of the moments when you've got to get on the half turn and turn out and try and switch the play out to the other side. Best central midfielders, the best number sixes make that look very easy. It's not as easy as you think, I can tell you. Especially when you're under pressure.
19, Miles Lewis Skelly, really a left back. Light rain falling. Plenty with his free kick. Alvarez to Griezmann. Griezmann.
ማነው?
Fury with the clearance. Llorente here. Alvarez, such a live wire into Griezmann. Good ball that. And David Raya's lost it. And Giuliano Simeone arriving. Well, a goal kick has been given. But that's a chance.
It's really good play. I mean, that's terrific football. Clever little ball for Griezmann, who's just got that extra yard. David Raya, it's thankful to see that one skip past the post. There's a lot of red shirts there at that near post area. Declan Rice goes to ground to block that shot. Just goes wide of the post, but that's really good play that from Athletic.
Raya's clearance.
አንተ አፈር
Jokeres held it up well. Sherry, Hanko.
አትሌቲክ
Sherry infield. Alvarez very deep.
ማን ነው ግን የማይረባ ደነስ?
Working the ball gently and tightly.
He had a lot more time there, Llorente, than he actually thought he had.
Llorente.
These guys, they're a little frustrated because they've actually, again, nice play. They've had a nice little 6 or 7 minutes here. Very composed and confident in possession. Just given Arsenal 1 or 2 things to think about at the edge of their own box.
Gabriel, probably accurately be described as a hoik, and it'll be a throw. Well, at one time they were quadruple chasing Arsenal. They're now double chasing Premier League and Champions League, but double, that's the one to win.
Well, it would be some achievement. A lot of football to be played yet. They're right at the big end of it. That's where they want to be.
Brian into Bukayo Saka. He's closing him down quickly. Saliba. Raya going long.
They are squeezing really tight, aren't they? The visiting team. Every time forced with David Raya, people are looking for an angle to receive the ball off the goalkeeper. There's a blue shirt, very close, looking to pitch the ball, not just forcing the ball backwards, they're actually looking to try and get it, to win it, make a challenge, and turn the ball over.
Played against English teams in 2-legged knockout ties in European competition 15 times, and they've come out on top in 11 of those 15 Atleti over the years, including one against Arsenal in the semi-final in the Europa League. It's given away by Saka.
ምንድን ነው?
That's a foul by Ben White. And Atleti are just enjoying this little period of the game.
Not a lot of contact there. Ben White on Koke, but just enough.
So fancy away from Simeone. Lokeresh. Touch on the normal. Lokeresh goes on. He's done well. He's won a corner for his team.
That's good play. Because Robin Lamont the one there, he really pushed tight. Sort of gave Lloris a little bit of a shove and a nudge in the back, trying to disturb it, but the striker resisted that very well. I do think this is could be a real source of inspiration for Arsenal tonight. We know how good they've been for a lot of the season, but I think back here tonight, they've got Calafiore as well. Ben White, Jokeres, and Saliba, and Gabriel, they've got some giant lads. The delivery is usually very reliable.
And there is that stat floating around. No one in this season's Champions League has conceded more often from corners than Athletic. The more games you play, the more likely that might happen, and they've played a lot of games to get this far. Big moment though. In comes the Arsenal corner kick. Bukayo Saka at the back post. But he certainly had room to watch it coming. He had time to think about what to do with it.
Yeah. It was clever. Bukayo Saka there. All the big guys have run everybody towards the near post to create that bit of space for him. and the back post. Unusually for him. Just lost his lines a little bit there. He could have took a touch, but at the very least, he should have just been popping that back in the 6-yard box.
नहीं करो वो कराना आएगा हम आसाबुत जाएगा
Gabriel.
Arsenal have had some wonderful central defensive partnerships over the years, but you feel that Gabriel and Saliba is as good as any they've had in modern times. Saliba edging the red jerseys forward, finds Ben White. Saka with a good run, lovely ball by White to kick him out. And it was hooked out by Griezmann. Here's Lewis Skelly. Gabriel, and left by Oblak, always heading wide. Lovely ball into Saka.
Yeah, it was a great pass from Ben White. The way Saka checks towards the ball back and then spins. Ben White times that ball beautifully. It's cut back into such a dangerous area. Lewis Skelly doing well, just got that off. Gabriel always tempted from that sort of range to take the shot. The drizzle in London tonight, so the pitch is really quick. That one always skipping wide of Jan Oblak's left-hand post.
Gabriel's next Arsenal goal will be his 25th for the club, scored at a rate of one every 8. It's very, very good rate for a central defender. Most of them headers from corners rather than left-footed drives from 20 metres or so. Sherry. Cocaine. Gabriel. Rente. Simeone.
वाह वाह वाह
Alvarez again dropped it short. It was a little bit of a risky one now from Hanko into him. Rice was looking to pitch that himself. Just maybe called Alvarez first. I think that's that sort of night, Steve, where you just got to recognise the time to try and intercept, as opposed to time just to get back, get in your shape, wait to try and intercept the ball. Don't put yourself out of the game by trying to pitch it.
Alvarez from Lippman's pass. Alvarez intended for Sherry and White. Done well. As he held off Hanko back into the Swede. Trossard's arriving into the area on the left side. Gyökeres running into Saka actually. Conceding the foul.
Yeah, did really well initially there. I think once you've done that, once you've received the ball, you've held it up, you've waited for teammates to run, drop it off and look to get yourself in the box. So he does well to get this back. Now, give it to Bukayo Saka. Right now, just roll it to him on the outside. Instead of that, he delayed that, and then in the end, they run into each other, and just that little bit of possession and the possibility of creating a chance has gone. It's worked well so far, Gyökeres. Just there in that moment, just give it to the wide players, let them do their stuff and get in that box.
5 Champions League goals for the Swedes so far. 21 for Arsenal in competitions in this his first season back in England. Got away from Lookman.
Yeah, not quite found his feet yet. Had another Lookman a couple of times. He's received the ball and it's just slid away from him. Quite important for his team that when he gets it, travels up the field with it under control and just gives his defenders a chance to reset, reshape and get up towards that halfway line.
Ryan gets it a bit. Either coach is inclined to sit quietly on the bench and concentrate quietly on their
No, the technical area is going to be high in the activity, I think, tonight, both sides. Just where they are.
It's the ball into Rice. Trapped. See by Griezmann, he's got away from Antoine Griezmann. 4 in the middle here. Declan Rice was looking for Calafiori. Found Marcus Llorente and into corner.
Great pressure relieving run from Declan Rice. Invites Griezmann to have a little nibble and then skips past him. Just can't find a red shirt, trying to cut it back. Really good play.
He's had many good moments in Arsenal, but probably not better than those 2 free kicks in this competition against Atlantic City rivals.
A special play. So again, first corner was Saka deep. Let's see where this one goes. What the variation is.
Rice will take it. It's returned to him. The angle has changed. It's switched to Saka. Eze. Luis Skelly has a little bit of room. Alvarez needs to be careful here. Luis Skelly!
Wayne Arsenal.
Got a meaningful touch. Not done yet though. Calafiori, Saliba. It's too deep. It's a little let off that.
Wayne.
Knows Alvarez is there, but just gets his body in to protect the ball. Just wonder if Gabriel could have maybe taken the chance and just had a little gamble running into that 6-yard box area. As it was here, just avoids everybody and goes out the far side. But every situation, every half chance, just tell how agonising it is, particularly for the home fans.
Got it cut to Ben White, went to ground, no foul.
All Blacks arrive.
25 played. Arsenal have had 2/3 of the possession. Either side has yet had a shot on target.
Anything to hit like that, Bob Black, he's got to go wide with his bunker kicking. Alvarez is it's 2 giants. He's got to go out towards Lookman or maybe Simeone. And then they're up against Calafiori as well. So the goalie goes long. It's not easy for them to retain possession.
Eze went to grab. It's given. Simeone. Sherry is outside of Lookman. Here he is. Llorente's back heel. quite work. Gabriel has played it off Marcus Llorente. Tubil getting the decision go against him.
Actually got them where he wants them there. He doesn't need to really make that challenge. He's got Calafiore backpedaling, going towards his own corner flag. Leave all the pressure. Might just be a little overzealous. Look, he treads on his arm a little bit there. That's what Calafiore doesn't like.
Second time they played here this season. Athletic, match day 3 of the league phase. Arsenal 4. Athletic, yeah. But in a competition such as this, it's about old cliche. It's how you finish, not how you start. You grow into it. PSG have done that 2 years running. Distance on that throw. Marcus Llorente is a stumble on Calafiore, and Llorente advances. He's got Lookman and Alvarez in the middle. Alvarez will go and retrieve this. Koke. Masterful Koke. Ruggiero. Well, Lookman. That could not have been far away from Eze. My goodness.
Almost, I think the ball as well as Oblak was about to play it.
Simeone has a lovely ball. Griezmann. Llorente chopping back inside and driving it into Gabriel, and it didn't quite fall for Lookman, and the flag has gone up anyway.
Griezmann አንተ ያጠፋው
He's in a great position, really good play. Love that side. Just here, I think Griezmann,
አንተ ያጠፋው
rather than playing that one back out,
አንተ ያጠፋው Griezmann
he opened out, maybe got a shot by himself. I think he could
አንተ
have.
ያጠፋው Griezmann
I might suggest that Ben White was actually playing the ball. Yeah. Had it ended up in the net, it would have been a check.
Marginal 1-2. Not much in it, is there? Half an hour gone. Very little to choose between the two. Neither goalkeeper really had anything significant to do yet. Lots of very competitive stuff between the two 18-yard boxes, but nothing decisive yet from either team.
Saliba. Well, he doesn't want to give anything for that Jerry on the upper edge. Calafiore. Italian. He's made sure he didn't have room for long. Ball. Leandro Trossard creeping around the back. He's found Calafiori. Gabriel, big deflection. Final flags there. He's quickly away downfield. Griezmann controls it first time, as you would expect. Alvarez.
Play that Saliba. Good attacking play from Arsenal moments ago. Just to get that shot away, crisper and a little quicker.
Is it? Tramping Atleti fans making their noise from that segment of the stadium. Leandro Trossard.
ዝም ብላችሁ ደግማለሁ።
Trossard has it again. Griezmann will step in. No, red of a block. More appeals from Arsenal fans than from Arsenal players, though Trossard looked a bit interested. That's deflected as right into. It'll be a corner.
It's going to be looked at. Yeah. It's going to be checked. Leandro Trossard there to step into Griezmann rather than Griezmann nudging towards him. He's got the ball. It's clumsy from that one, Griezmann, that is. I've seen penalties given for less, I really have.
Well, we had two given in the first leg, one given and then overturned. Bastian Dankert is the video assistant referee. Daniel Siebert will wait. He's shaking his head here. This is a deflection.
Whether that's a handball. No, it's not. I don't think there's anything given there at all. No.
So on we go. Arsenal corner. Saka. Got out of the way, pretty niftily as Rice hit it.
See why Arsenal want to take these short corners. Because the Atleti defenders are grabbing, holding, hanging on to people in the box. So if you can get the ball down and move in quickly over 10 yards, and all of a sudden then people start to just anticipate the ball coming in a little bit more. Stop the grappling, because there's so much of it going on.
The referee, Daniel Siebert here, is having a word with the normal and Jokeresh. He's saying to the normal, I'm watching you.
There's so much of it that goes on in modern day, not just Atleti. Arsenal do it too. Every team feel that they can grab and hang on to players. Should be so careful. Really, at this stage of the competition, anything like that, because that ball's in the air. If you're hanging on to someone for a split second too long, you could give away a penalty. Throw everything out the window.
Myers, long ball downfield. Share this header right to Eze. Good run by Eze. Just too many blue shirts there. Koke in the nick of time, and Koke was just caught.
Clever play, Koke there. He was caught. But by hitting the floor, he makes sure that the game gets stopped. Does really well here. Watch, just turns away. Gets caught there, tries to stay on his feet to have that back, but decides against it, hits the floor and just stops the game and gives his team a chance to reset. He's one of his own staff there, he's the wordsmith, I think.
If they do reach the final, they might play Bayern again, as they did in their first European Cup final back in 1974. It went to a replay. Bayern, with one of their three back-to-back triumphs, won that replay. And Pepe Reina, the old Liverpool goalkeeper, his dad was in goal for Athletic. Saliba. Sherry, quick head of that pressure. Lookman split it in and out of this game, not terribly effectively, and that wasn't a great ball. Trossard looking for Gyökeres. Griezmann has an unbelievable capacity and appetite to work.
Does. Get back there, Simeone. It's the right call in the end to get that goal kick, but he celebrates that. Just like he celebrates knocking one in at the other end. Goals in this competition in his career. Antoine Griezmann. Black leads. Rice.
እንዲህ ያልክ ነው ማለት
Just needs to make a quicker decision there, William Saliba. Really good play that from Ben White. Nice stuff. Sherry is able to get a foot in and tow it back to his goalkeeper. That's all that's missing from Arsenal. Good commitment, the discipline when they don't have the ball. They're just, at the moment, struggling to find that cutting edge, that decisive moment in the opposite 18-yard box.
Simeone is saying, I've just been pushed over by Calafiori, which indubitably he has. His problem was that the flag had long since been up.
Yeah, risk of comment. Yeah.
Trossard.
You can see that Atletico, a good team, good shape without the ball. So it's really important for Arsenal when they turn possession over, when they get the chance to really counter-attack, they've got to do it accurately and quickly in order to get someone in a position to take the shot. Because if they check back and keep going sideways, Atleti will be back in there in numbers. They'll just keep knocking it away.
As it was under pressure, there's a chase on here. Saliba. It's clever if he meant it. Luis Skelly.
How narrow that shape is. Athletic team. Even 40 yards from goal, they're not coming out. Not really interested in applying any pressure here because they don't want to disrupt that shape. Once they so compact, so narrow, they're going to let Arsenal have it. It goes wide, yeah, then you've got to get tight, you've got to close. Just general pressure up to that point.
Saka. Saliba. White. That's a lovely ball. It's come to Gyökeres. All Blacks retreating. Gyökeres. And Trossard. Got the shot away. Holmgren with the save and tucked in.
Offside. Offside, no.
Arsenal strike in the last minute of the first half. Saka gives them the lead.
ኳሱ ስመታ offside
Well, there's a
አይደለም።
few half-hearted appeals for offside. We'll of course see that, deal with that in a moment. But
We will
it
see.
looked like Leandro Trossard had just delayed getting that shot off and the chance had gone. And then all of a sudden, with very little backlift, he rockets one in towards Jan Oblak, who can only parry it to a really alive and alert Bukayo Saka, who pounces on him and just taps it in from a few yards out. Right on half-time, right on cue. What a massive goal that is for us.
Saka with the poacher's finish from close range. Did well to reach this, Gyökeres.
Did really well. Held it up great as well. Didn't panic here. And keep your eye on number 7, Bukayo Saka. See where he ends up here.
Oh, no,
He's
offside.
good. He's good. He's absolutely fine there. Richery's playing him on.
It's no offside.
Whilst those other defenders are kind of ball watching and expecting Jan Oblak to gobble that one up.
ብት ይዘው ምን አለበት?
On his toes, skips beyond them, gets himself a tap in. What a massive lead that is for Arsenal, right on half-time.
Arsenal 1, Atleti 0 on the night. 2-1 Arsenal on aggregate. They're back in front in this tie as they were in the first leg. They have a lead.
አርሰናል ጋር ጂተጋ
Right on at the end of the first period.
ወላ ከረም አልገዳ
Ruggieri from Hanko's pass.
አርሰናል ጋር ጂተጋ
Arsenal 2, Atletico Madrid 1.
ማለንተ የኔ የሚወጥ لا إله إلا الله فانا مريكا واي 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 Sinis nalagay. Sinis nalagay.
Name, if I you been from Lagos, sir. The king of virtual games. A virtual winner? Yes, that's Devil Straight win, sir.
You, skyscraper. What's the view from up there?
I see all the crash points, sir.
Any sports expert?
A banner of Furry from Accra, sir. He's the number one in mountains.
Pathological optimist.
You have a bonus pick.
Hey, you. Are you ready? Welcome to the team. I am Jose Mourinho.
And we are football.com.
Striker is on the move.
Amma ijoolleen koo hin dhufti asiin. 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 Asiin dhufti. አልተቻለችም አልተቻለችም አርሰናል አልተቻለችም አርሰናል አልተቻለችም አርሰናል አልተቻለችም አርሰናል አልተቻለችም አርሰናል አርሰናል አልተቻለችም አልተቻለችም አርሰናል አልተቻለችም 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 ሻምፒያ ኖርዝላንደን ተሸነፈ። ኦኬ the champion. ላይክ አታደርጉም? ላይክ እንጎተኔ ላይክ አታደርጉም? ሰብስክራይብ አታደርጉም? ኮመንት አትጽፉም? ምንድን ናችሁ እናንተ? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting here? If you are not liking my live stream, if you're not commenting anything here, so what are you waiting here? Huh? Haram. Arsenal are closed. Arsenal are closed to the final. Arsenal are closed to the final. Arsenals are closed to the final. If they didn't listen, if they didn't qualify for the final, almost it is 145 year, right? Without Champions League. It has to be like that. I don't know. Maybe it's like that. 145 year or 46 year. It's like that. ሰባት ሰውዬ ሰባት ላይክ አድርጉ። ላይክ
በጣም አሪፍ በጣም አሪፍ በጣም እናመሰግናለን። ሰላም፣ ጤና፣ ፍቅር ከሁላችሁም ጋር ይሁን። ይኸው ዝነኛው ተወዳጁ በጣም የምንወደው ሾው የቤተሰብ ጨዋታ ተጀምሯል። እኔ ደግሞ በጣም ዝነኛው ቪዲዮ ብራኔ ነኝ። ሁላችሁም እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ። ይኸው የቤተሰብ ጨዋታ በይፋ ተጀምሯል። እንግዲህ በመሀል እዚህ ቦታ ላይ ልክ የቤተሰብ ጨዋታ መጫወቻው ቦታ ላይ ስገኝ የሆነ ነገር ባለን ህሊኔ ይወቅቷል ብዬ ስላሰብኩኝ የሆነቻ 3 ምናምን ደቂቃ ስጡኝና የሆነ ነገር ላወራላችሁ። ወደ ኋላ ልውሰዳችሁ። ወደ 95-96 አካባቢ የአስተዳደር የቲያትር ትምህርት እየተማረን 10 ቀበሌ ፒያሳ አዳራሽ አላት እና እዛ ነበረ አርሰናል
Not today. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, and not maybe for the next time.
Welcome back to the Emirates Stadium. Atletico Madrid has been out on the pitch for a moment or two. The Arsenal players are making their way out now with this advantage, maybe a crucial advantage given them by their captain for the night, Bukayo Saka, in the last minute of the first half. So Mikel Arteta are now where they want to be. We'll find out what Atleti have in the bank now, Andy. Yeah.
Arsenal 45 minutes away from the Champions League final. Atleti need a goal. They need a little more in terms of their attacking intent. Committing people forward. They're going to have to throw people at the right time, but they're going to have to get some serious numbers in the box. Maybe look for a change or two from the bench, I think, after 10 minutes.
So 1-0 on the night, 2-1 Arsenal on aggregate. Can he do to change the outcome in his side's favour? It's Arsenal who get the second period underway. One half of football away from Budapest and final.
In Budapest.
Very different Athletic. Pretty much from the get-go in the second 5 minutes. Just a completely different mindset. Tweaks of the shape. Tonight it's still the same personnel. They've just got to find the gear. They need a spark from somewhere.
Wow, Rice has been dispossessed by Rice. It's really a spark for Arsenal. We'll get to this. son. Griezmann. Simeone. This is a good run. Still going. Still more in front of Llorente, too short for them. Went astray. Declan Rice.
Trossard.
Leandro Trossard, Jokeresh ahead of him. It's a little pull of the jersey. Llorente. Free kick.
That sort of foul. Champions League match usually gets a yellow card. He's lucky there, Llorente.
Yeah, man, look at Llorente. من لمون لبسون ينزل.
Hangs on to him. Was enough to put him to the floor. Should have been a yellow card.
From Ben White. Gabriel going to ground.
Also, they were there for Ben White, wasn't it? Far too much, actually. So they switched that ball out to the right hand side and have a 2-on-1 on the far side. Ben White's got all the time in the world to have a look. He's not even looking at the ball. So, again, so many players now. It's very difficult for the referee to have eyes on everything like that, but the players are facing the wrong way and they've got their arms over the opponent while it's convincing you. Very soft and unnecessary penalty.
Sherry's
Sheesh.
gone astray for Atleti at the beginning of this second half. Calafiori with the throw in. That's going to go too easily there. Oh, it's picked up on Simeone and Gabriel to the rescue. Simeone thinks penalty. Referee says corner. What an opportunity. What a recovery from Gabriel.
أفر بلا.
Again, obviously it's going to be checked. But it's a really good run from Simeone. He bends his run to stay on side. Saliba tries to nod him back. It's never getting there.
Indeed.
He feels he's impeded by Gabriel. Let's have a look at this. The Arsenal defender is the wrong side.
Indeed.
He has a little chip away at him. Does he make contact with him on the right? Connection there with his foot.
Yeah.
Again at the end, but the ball may have already gone away. It's kind of squirted away from Simeone.
It's been checked and cleared. Here comes the corner kick. Huge relief for Arsenal. It's over the top of David Reyes crossbar. But that mistake could have been so costly.
It certainly could. This is the goal. See it here. Really good hit from Leandro Trossard. Daniel Max spills it. Kayo Saka's alive and alert. Cue the wild celebrations around London. But Atleti were very nearly back in there. Very, very close to drawing themselves level. That's how quick the picture can change. Just one little clip ball down the middle. A lack of concentration from Saliba.
Arsenal throw-in. Simeone appeared to be gesturing in the direction of some of his replacements. And a Fury. One Marcus Llorente. Paul Griezmann. Options here for Antoine Griezmann. Lookman is the target. White slid in.
Rafa.
Llorente.
Great challenge, Ben. Really good concentration levels from him as Lookman made that dash outside to it. White track the run and dealt with that really well.
8 minutes of slow by at the start of the second half.
Better from Atleti again, though. Again, because Arsenal have something to hang on to naturally. Sometimes tend to take a step backwards. You don't want to, but nature. Try and snap themselves out of that and continue to get forward when they can.
Ruggieri, Griezmann, picked up by Declan Rice. Now the red shirts can advance. Gyökeres and Eze with Rice. It's a really powerful run by Declan Rice. Gyökeres, good block. Trapped all the way by Llorente.
Great block, wasn't it? Really good.
The block actually travelled about 35 metres to Griezmann. Giuliano Simeone to mark the field. Griezmann, Luis Skelly. Cross off the Calafiori. Cross off into Calafiori. Might have just gone too soon there. We'll see where it goes on. Calafiori. Challenge. Took it away from him.
More space on the field now, isn't there? It's opening up. It's gradually starting to stretch this game. As a result of the consequence of that, we are going to see, I think, more chances. Definitely the intent from Athletic is greater. Got to be.
Into Griezmann. Raya with the save. Gabriel got involved. And there's a foul on Gabriel. David Raya with the save for Arsenal.
You know, he's looking for a penalty, Griezmann, but
Yeah.
it was the foul before it on Gabriel that got given.
Yeah.
There's the strike. They're both going for that. Gabriel just hits the floor. And there, Griezmann definitely gets caught by
He
Calafiori.
does. Yeah.
Whistle had already gone for the foul on Gabriel, but
That's what the referee had given. But there is a look at this from the VAR team. They've moved on from it, I think.
well, I'll tell you, he's in trouble here then. Because Griezmann definitely gets caught on the foot. I thought Gabriel and Gabriel were both going for a ball. They're
Yeah.
both a bit high.
Yeah.
To go and have a look at this.
He's talking to Antoine Griezmann and telling him his view of it. They've made a load of changes here. Simeone and the normal and Lookman have been replaced by Nahuel Molina and
ወይኔ ፔናልቲ ያገኙ ነበር። ያ በጭባጫ ሄዶ ባይነካ
Cardoso.
Not surprised to see both white men. Athletic. Yeah. Certainly, Alexander Sorloth, his height, his presence in both boxes now is going to be huge.
Arsenal also making a change here. Calafiori, who made that lunging challenge a moment ago, is to be replaced by Piero Incapié. And Noni Madueke is also going to be coming on. Eze makes way.
ብያለሁ እኮ
Madueke comes on, and Erdegaard is going to be a triple change from both sides. Erdegaard for Eze, Capier for Calafiori, Madueke for Saka. Erdegaard will reclaim the armband.
Well, this is the only one that separates the two teams up to now on the night. Real clever snapshot from Trossard. Go-to man, Bukayo Saka, alive and alert, gets a tap in. Huge goal. That's picked up for the night.
And we're approaching the hour mark. All change, quite all change in terms of personnel, but a triple change each. And after this lengthy pause, play is back underway. They have made alarm bells ring a couple of times in this second half, but Arsenal have Atleti, no question about that.
Llorente has dropped in as a centre half now. Cardoso obviously picking up that central midfield position, sort of up front. Alvarez will looking to feed off him as much as he can.
Erdegaard, Gyökeres, Breaking around the corner. Oh, just went underneath that little bit, Martin Erdegaard. You've seen him put those away.
His first touch, that's it's coming on. It's actually a good chance, you know. Maybe so early, having just entered the fray, head down, hit it hard. Trying to sort of get that high curl on it, going for the far corner. Just head back a wee bit.
Combination of those three Arsenal changes, hot on the back of three Atleti changes. Sula getting his first touch. He's Erdegaard for Arsenal to Rice. Into the curling run. To Gyökeres and claim Jan Oblak.
Chris sat out by foul the goalkeeper there. Batting away with the centre half, trying to protect his space. He sees the goalkeeper coming. Just nudging too much. Oblak's always getting that one.
Yeah. He's certainly got a Gyökeres shoulder in the rib, Jan Oblak. Nicely round the corner from Solov for Griezmann. Molina to his right-hand side. Griezmann goes on. Trying to sneak it back into Alexander Solov. Cleared away only as far as Llorente. Here's Molina. Koke. Nahuel Molina again. Sends it wide for Ruggieri.
አልተቻሉ አርሰናሎች 40-60 ነው እየመሩ ያሉት። 9 አቴምፕት 2 ታርጌት
With a header. An Arsenal throw in.
He has had to battle away up there, Gyökeres. Liam and Hanko, they're two centre halves that want to get really tight, physical.
He's never shied away from it.
No, not at all. He's getting as good as he's got. He's played very well, actually. Gyökeres was battled away really hard. Once he was session for his team.
That was going to be there, throw in. And Scheidel, the referee's assistant on this near side, said not. Llorente takes it. Capier, that's one stroke. Alvarez sends it away toward Matteo Ruggeri. Tony Cardoso into Julian Alvarez. Back into Cardoso, the substitute, to Marcos Llorente. Flick back into Llorente nicely. Challenged by Rice. Llorente putting Trossard under pressure.
Wisely getting rid there. Trossard, another change here.
Yeah, there is 28 minutes to go, and Atleti are going to bring on Alex Buena.
Any of these sort of free kick situations now, this is where Sorloth adds a different dimension for Atleti. Just as Alex Buena gets ready to come on. His deliveries now from Griezmann have got to be right on the money. In and around that penalty spot. Arsenal are going to hold that line. The blue shirts have got to try and pitch a yard between them. Someone's got to get their head on something here.
Alexander Sorloth, the number 9, the tall Norwegian. It's a different option. In goes the free kick, and it's going to be out. And Alvarez. Molina. Alvarez clipped too close to David Raya. Great for him. Captain. Captain. Capier's ball in, it's great. Oh, and that was the final there. Victor Gyökeres just put it over the top of the crossbar. If that's it, it feels like it might have been too much for Athletic.
What a great ball that is from Piero and Capier. It's a great run. Trossard puts him in down the line. Victor Gyökeres been begging for one like this all night long, and he comes at it. Not easy.
Definitely.
To a couple of yards in front of you. Look, it's got real pace on the delivery.
Definitely.
It's just a couple of feet too high. Had he been on target, I think he just flies past on back. I don't think he sees it. What a chance.
Oh, that was so agonizing. Atleti made a couple of changes. Antoine Griezmann and Julian Alvarez have been replaced. Alex Buena and Thiago Almada are on the pitch, wearing 10 and 11 respectively. Tony Cardoso. Choke. His head.
Just the judge to just led into
Elbow.
Skelly, put his elbow and scored his back a bit. Surprised that Griezmann come off. Didn't really see enough of him tonight. Alvarez was dropping shorter to try and stay significant in the game. For the changes that he's made, now he's got to keep his fingers crossed and hope they can find something.
Yeah. They don't, then we've seen the last of Antoine Griezmann in Champions League football. Oh, Lewis Skelly, lovely ball. Trust I can't reach it.
Just a yard over here. Great round, right idea. He's worked hard in there tonight. Mentioned earlier, this sort of company, pressure surrounding a game like this, not always straightforward. Someone who hasn't had a lot of minutes in a different position, but he's applied himself really well.
Trente forward.
To do better sort on there. Got to hold that up. Back in and use his frame like Yokeres has done. And open far too easy there.
Trossard. Capier. Held his ground and has done well for his side. Molina, very risky. Ben White for Arsenal, well off target.
Long way out for Ben White, that one. Interception on his toes.
ኳስ ነው እያየን ያለው
Ben White's just rolled into Madueke's feet. Taking risks here now.
አትሌቲኮች ምን ተማምነው ግን
Got to be very careful. I mean, they're playing it short across the back. They've got Sorloth now up the middle. I don't think they need to risk anything at the back now. They can see the second one. It's done.
ምን ተማምነው ነው ግን
A little over 20 minutes to go. It is a very slender advantage that Arsenal have. He's used all his 5 substitutions. Ruggeri. Cardoso. Maena. Koke moves it quickly to Marcus Llorente. Gabriel, not enough, and David Ryan there. Play again by Yokeres. See what a corner he has.
ከራሴ ወዳ
With every minute that goes by, those Arsenal fans are getting more and more excited.
I think they can sense now that we're at that point in the game. They can find that right delivery and add to the one they got. Can all start scrambling on their phones looking for a hotel and a flight for the Champions League final ticket.
Gabriel being watched closely by Cardoso. Rice for the delivery, a glancing defensive header from Alexander Sorloth is collected by Noni Madueke. Madueke's done well. This was not so much.
ዝም ብለህ እንዲህ ምን ልትሰራ ነው ብለህ ገብተህ ቢጫ
He's trying to be a calming influence from the touchline. First time for everything.
Just what I think Simeone's just looking for a little bit of organisation, a little bit of rhythm from his team. After this, Kelly just getting a little bit of treatment and will be the one making way for Supermendi. He's got a little bit of a problem.
You would have thought so. He's done well though, hasn't he?
Yes, he's done very well. Okay.
Tension is almost unbearable. Lewis Skelly to be replaced by Supermendi. And Arsenal is 17 minutes away. That's whatever's added on from a place in the Budapest final.
I wonder how many of us think already. Already have, probably have. Still got a bit to do. One, never enough. Always living on your nerves.
Back with a forward ball. That's really well controlled by Sola. Blocked by Saliba for Arsenal. Bending ball into the run of Bayana here. Thiago Almada in the middle is deflected behind. It's a corner kick to Atletico Madrid. They believe. In goes that corner headed out by Jokeres, doing his defensive work well. Marcus Llorente. Molina. Flicked on. On the back of Arsenal's Gabriel, who collapses. And it's a free kick. Softly conceded.
ይህ ሰውዬ እንደዚህ አብዶ
Demanded more from his players. Keep believing.
He's won the UEFA Europa League twice with Atleti as a coach. He won the old UEFA Cup as a player with Inter. And this is the big one they all won. Complete. And taken up by Jokeres.
So well hanging on to that ball and trying to buy his
Eleven seven two.
players to get up to him and support the big one.
We are watching haram football. Haram ball.
This chance could have relieved an awful lot of pressure had it gone in. Ryan's clearance away downfield, chested to Koke. Thiago Almada for Atleti. Bayana. Arsenal have only conceded 3 goals in this stadium in the Champions League this season. One of them scored by Bayern, 2 of them scored by Kairat Almaty. It's too close to David Ryan.
በዛኛው ነው የመጣው። ኬፋ
Is sending Arsenal to their second Champions League final.
Just a lot of static blue shirts when that shot come in. And I'm like, oh, save like that. Just could have done with someone being a little bit more on their toes. Wild celebration.
Footage of Mikel Arteta, the player, yesterday, in the context of his role at Everton. We'll talk about that in a minute. Is Madueke. Madueke on challenge for Sherry. By Saliba, collected by Zubimendi. The point I was going to very quickly make is that Arteta as a player was very much more measured, calm person than he is as a coach. Here's Gyökeres, good challenge, Kruviel.
Why you?
Madueke. Has managed to keep that ball in play. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Not as he's lost it now. Sherry with the block and calmly by David Hancock to Jan Oblak. Atleti are still in this, but it's getting really tight for them now. They haven't really looked like scoring in the last 10-15.
No, yeah, one or two moments, not enough.
Odegaard with a jinking run. Coco lost it, Zubimendi. Breaking. White. Connected. With a bit of a stretch by Oblak, who has very long goalkeeper's arms.
Ten minutes.
Thiago Almada coming forward. Johnny Cardoso's pass. Solon. Little glance up to see who's there. Saliba blocked. Find Koke Ben White for Arsenal. Now Odegaard and Saliba. Blue shirts, so picking up the second balls. Llorente's cross. Molina through the legs of Zubimendi into a gap for Marcus Llorente. That's a good cross. David Raya did well.
It's a brilliant cross. Sherry needs to get in the box on the far post.
Bayana. Llorente.
Chavava.
Trossard.
Just done enough to nearly have a Trossard there.
ለምንድን ነው ግን ዮሬንቲን የሚያጫውተው? እኔ ያልገባኝ ነገር
See, there's a little bit of room, but Trossard snapping away.
10 minutes. The yellow card comes out. Mark Kruviel holding Gyökeres.
One thing is grabbing. You've got to let go. Otherwise, you're not going to get away with it. This is what I think too many defenders are clearly taught to do. Surprises me in the modern game. So obsessed with getting so tight and so close to players nowadays. Gyökeres did there. He gets his body in, protects the ball. Then the defender's got to let go. Got to let go.
It's high octane, high intensity crucible of an atmosphere. That is maybe surprisingly the first yellow card of the contest.
What?
Arsenal don't need to hurry anything. Arsenal free kick. Standing time. One goal by margin. Erdogan into the box. Well, at the top of the bar. William Saliba. Just right. It's a big but Saliba. Martinelli for Trossard makes sense. It's a very good Champions League campaign so far, Gabriel Martinelli. He played very well tonight as well, Leandro Trossard. Great strike. One can only parry. Saka tucked it in just on half time, which is the crucial moment in the game. It's a player, Andy, in this kind of situation, so close to something really big. Do you want to be on the pitch? Is it worse sitting or watching? Oh, you've got to be, isn't it? Much worse.
Madeweke.
Madeweke trying to sneak it into Erdogan. On that. They're out there, Steve. You can do something about it. He sat on the side. Let's keep your fingers crossed. Marcus Llorente here for Atletico Madrid. Can that mind cap you? By Gabriel Martinelli. In some ways not dissimilar to Arsenal's second leg. Oh, look how much it means. Not dissimilar to the second leg of the quarter-final against Sporting, when Sporting knew they'd only needed one goal. But in all honesty, in the 90 minutes, they never really looked like they were going to get it. City have been probably more of a threat than Sporting were on that night, but Arsenal have not given them anything really appetising. David Raya had to make anything that significant as he tonight. Save-wise, they've had pressure, they've had moments, they've had a couple of situations, but it's really materialised from it. The best one was that Simeone moment when Gabriel looked like he might have nudged him to the floor, but no penalty given. Prayers being offered for a second goal. Which would take the lid off this pressure cooker. In it goes from Declan Rice. He knows that up at the back with opposition net a few times. Yeah. He makes that run. Koke does well, just backs into him. Puts his body in the way, and Gabriel can't get enough on it. He's done well. Forward, that's a ball. Great looking ball here. It's touched into Alex Solon. Well, he's got his first effort completely wrong. Then he's been dispossessed by Ben White. And Madeweke finds Odegaard. Brilliant ball serve forward. The cutback for Solon was perfect. Just didn't make any real connection. Marcus Llorente. Off that. 4 to play. Asadded.
3 minutes to play. Then after there is 5 minutes added.
Gabriel there sort of took the bait. Gabriel just stand on this chance. That is a brilliant situation. On his left foot, that's a real chance there. Contact with that. Just had half the yard there as well. 19 goals this season, the Norwegian. He couldn't make it 20 when it mattered. And Arsenal still have this very slender advantage. And the clock ticks on. Sorlot brought it down nicely. Molina, Sorlot. Baena here for Atleti. Almada, that's nicely controlled. Atleti couldn't quite get onto it, okay. But anywhere we'll do at the moment. The operation just brought aside a couple of seconds there. Cardoso's foul free kick.
Supermendy happy to just bump Cardoso to the floor there, break the game up. Time the game stops, gives Arsenal a chance just to make sure they're all absolutely where they need to be.
Ruggeri, Koke. Llorente. Hanka. Ruggeri. Baena. Hanka. Baena. It's optimistic. Brings only a huge roar from the Arsenal fans behind that goal.
You can understand the way Alex Baena's thinking there. It's got a bit of room, needs must. You take a shot like that, it flies over the bar, relieves all the pressure. Seconds just tick away.
It's time for precious little. Voices of 60,000 Arsenal fans roaring their team toward the tape as Martinelli finds Odegaard and Marcus Llorente made sure it didn't go back into Gabriel Martinelli. It's a collision off the ball. A minimum of 5 added minutes, says Tobias Stieler, the fourth official. Sort of with the touch. It's good play by Odegaard. Could be a great one. Well, it doesn't matter that it didn't reach Jokeres because Arsenal have a throw in. Have a throw in. Taken by Llorente, pulled down by Cardoso.
Arteta,
Got to try and fashion a delivery into the box.
አንቺ ብሮ ለአርቴታ ስትይ እንኳን እንዳትገቢ።
Here it goes. Molina couldn't quite control it. Cavier sees it behind. It's a goal kick to Arsenal, who are 3.5 minutes away from the Champions League final for only the second time in their long, successful history. They believe this is going to be one of the greatest seasons the club has ever had. It's a yellow card for certainly one of the Athletic coaching staff, probably, I think, the main man.
Yeah, I think he's urging David Ryan to take this goal kick. Just testing a little vociferously there.
Marcus Llorente with the header. Solon. Throw it.
Just surprised they don't put Hanko or Pumil or someone further forward up there alongside Solon.
I think Arteta's just got a yellow card as well.
Well, he's flicking it on, there's nothing there. Four blue shirts up the field.
Wow.
Control it. It feels like Arsenal are managing this game expertly. And edging Emanera.
I think he's played as well as anybody tonight for Arsenal. Just the way that he's battled away.
Confirmation that Arteta did indeed receive a yellow card.
Players standing around the technical area, they need to sit back down. Once getting a little excited, we're not done yet. Another couple of minutes, probably at least.
But Arsenal have the advantage. Arsenal have possession. And Declan Rice plays it to Gyökeres. Athletic have a throw-in. Taken by Marcus Llorente as the rain falls on Diego Simeone. Greatest headed by Saliba. Llorente. It's a good headed by White. Ruggieri. Still at this stage. Well, Koke just bumped Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli's just picked up the ball and thrown it into the crowd. Multi-ball system means that we don't need to use that one. Both players get the yellow card. Maybe even be Calafiori booked.
Not too many guys standing around that area. Know they were getting emotional, very excited, desperate for the whistle. There'll be time to run on the field. But, yeah, a bit fractious now.
It is indeed. 5 minutes are indicated and 5 have been played.
ምን ተጫወቱ እንዴ?
It's a hard rain for Diego Simeone. Calafiori pretty certain he's received a yellow card. Charged down by Solon. Arsenal are into the Champions League final.
Yes. አርሰናል አለፈ።
Second time in their history. Mikel Arteta leads the Gunners to Budapest for the 2026 Champions League final. Andy Townsend, they've done it. And over 2 legs, do you feel they deserve it?
I do. I think they've been the better team over 2 legs. I don't think Atleti really had enough. I mentioned earlier about, I think they've done very well to get to the semi-final team from Madrid, but I think this Arsenal team were so defensively sound over the 2 legs. Never really give them too much encouragement this evening. Got the all-important goal.